number 11 for Corsaro Music Podcast. Welcome, everybody. I've got a new background. I've moved studios. And I'm going to be moving more studios. Doing a lot of moving coming up. This year was just a lot of moving. I didn't really tell this story online right yet, but the beginning of this year, I was looking for a place to live and like Airbnb and couch surfing and had everything in my car. So I was like working and going from place to place, like sometimes a couple times a week, sometimes once a week. So like I moved every week at the beginning of the year, then moved up to Dallas, and then was staying with some family, and then moved to some other families, and now moved from one room to another room, and looks like I'm going to be moving back down to the good old ATX soon. So, man, raise your hand if 2021 was wild. Well, there we go. But it's good to be here doing this and be able to do it consistently. So here we go. Today is September 27th, 2021. And I'm going to be doing some muting and getting over allergies if you're in Texas, which I think more people are now than used to be. Texas allergies are, everything's bigger in Texas, especially the allergies. For me, especially, like North Texas allergies they're rough. My North Texas allergies always suffer, but the further south I go, I'm usually cool. So Austin always seemed to be the sweet spot for me. I would, like the last couple years I was down there, didn't even get any allergies. But it is what it is. So allergy season's almost behind us. About to cross over into October, which would be awesome. Lots of changes on the horizon. But let's not talk about what's coming up just yet. I'm going to talk about this past week. So I need to look at a calendar because I've had so much stuff going on and I've been so sick. It's been like So last Sunday night started the gig operations with we've been doing Duo Nouvelle at Mozart's, which has been getting really, really cool. Enrique has been coming out with all of his production gear. He's got like twice the amount of everything you need to record a live band. And he's been coming out and recording Chloe and I. So we've got some really, really cool promo stuff coming out for that. Shout outs to Enrique for bringing all that stuff, helping us out with that. So Friday nights they're still popping. People are still showing up. If you hear about that through this, please come up and let me know at the shows. It'd be cool to know who's listening. I know a couple people that listen to this. I assume as regularly, but if there's anybody I don't know that's checking this out, please come up and say, hey, it'd be awesome to see who's listening and put some faces with who I'm talking to. Because right now I'm just looking at myself, not at y'all. So Duo Nouvelles on Friday is really, really awesome. But after we did that on Friday, Um, Sunday night had the AC3 trio stuff, and that was really cool too. Chris Jones and Milo. And I came back up to Dallas. I drove back that night and recorded the next episode of, I think it was episode 10 I recorded. But this past Sunday, am I getting my weeks off? Yeah, I'm getting my weeks off. That's what happens when you lay in bed for a day. So after I got back, I recorded last week's episode, and then that following day is when I just lost all steam, and I think I stayed in bed all day on Tuesday. I didn't do nothing on Tuesday. That would have been, what day? The 21st. Yeah, the 21st was a bust. Was supposed to have a rehearsal for a gig that I played this past Saturday, and I couldn't do that because I wasn't feeling well. And then we rescheduled it to Wednesday. I was feeling better on Wednesday, but still not enough to like actually go out, and because there was so much I had to do around the house here that I didn't get taken care of. And all of my frequent listeners know how often I blow my nose when I record these in the mornings when I'm feeling 100% normal. So now that I'm getting over the issues, you're getting some extra blow nose today. And then trying to keep my head straight with the stories I'm telling as I'm cutting. So the rehearsal on Wednesday didn't work out either. I didn't do nothing on Wednesday. Thursday ended up doing the rehearsal. I was feeling good enough to do that. So I played a bunch. I had like 30 tunes I had to learn. And I knew about 10 or 12 of them. And I've heard about 5 or 6 of them. And I've never played the rest. But they were all real awesome tunes. And I'm trying to learn more tunes that I can put together for a group that I'm going to frontman. That's right. I'm going to be the singer in a band I start. So trying to find tunes that I like to sing, that I can sing and play drums. And I'm going to play a little clip of one of these. I need to pull up this title here. Yeah. And while it's here, I'm going to shout out that I'm still releasing music. 1 tune a week. Got Lounge Vibes, it's first release. Dirty Down 6th, second release. Some cold shit, third release. I got more coming up this week. And as long as everything goes according to plan, the end of the year, I'll have 15 singles. Or 1 LP. But no, so this, I've always heard of Dr. John, right? But I can't believe I never, we got to listen to this. Hang on. Because this song, alright, if you never heard this song, you got to hear it. I'm just going to play the intro because it's one of the funkiest intros. One of the funkiest drum grooves I've ever heard. So, here we go.
in the right place.
I don't know what YouTube's going to do about that, but screw them. Screw tube, I like to call it. No, Dr. John. If you, I mean, maybe I think I've been living under a rock most of the time, but Dr. John, that's a real deal right there. So that was one of the songs I had to learn. I think there was a couple Dr. John songs we played. We played some Johnny Guitar. We played some Lucky Peterson. A lot of like real Dallas blues. And the bar was maybe the bluesiest Dallas bar I've ever played at. Follow me on Instagram if you want visual representations in real time of places like that, because that one was in the story and now it's in the ether. It's called Willie's Bar. If you're ever in Dallas, stop down and get a drink at Willie's Bar, and then if you're bored, hit up the gambling machines they got in the back. Oh yeah. No, it's actually a really cool, like super cool dive bar. Like head first, you got to dive into that bar. If you don't get a concussion walking in the door, and you're not doing it right. Called Willie's Bar. Go check it out. In Dallas, Texas. East Dallas, to be specific. Willie's Bar, that was a crazy, crazy gig. It started off with some like psycho lady who found out later that she just parked her car in the lot, brought her own beer, and was sitting out on the porch drinking her own beer. So like not even supposed to be there, doing illegal stuff. And then I'm bringing my drums in, and I take my first load in. I've got like 2 hands full. I'm walking around cars trying to find a way into the door. So I find a way in, walk out. And this lady that was sitting there, she just says, "Hey, you dented my car when you were bringing stuff in." Like, I don't think I did, but sorry if I did. And she pointed it out, and it wasn't even a dent. It was a reflection of another car or something. Like, it's this old Kia. It wasn't even a nice car. And she starts making a scene. Like, I mean, as big of a scene as a fat, drunk old lady can make, on her own. But, dude, the bartender and the bar manager came out. They were like, "I'm gonna fucking kick your ass if you don't leave." Like, it was wild. All because I'm just setting up my drums. And that's how that gig started. So, talk about a good old East Dallas dive bar. You got one. Willie's Bar. It's started by firefighters, too. It was a old firefighter bar. I think a bunch of firefighters opened it. And so, I'm always happy to support first responders and support our local fire and police. But yeah, that was Saturday, 2 days ago, the 25th. The 24th was, I was actually telling y'all about Mozart's on the 24th at the beginning of this episode. So that one already happened. Mozart's, that's great as usual. We're going to be there again this Friday and every Friday in October. So that's pretty much it for this last week. It was, like I said, it was pretty chill because I wasn't feeling that great. But every day I'm feeling twice as better. So this next week should be good. We got Soul Kitchen coming up on Wednesday. Previously, Soul Kitchen was only the first and third Wednesdays. And this month, since there's 5 Wednesdays in September, we're doing first, third, and fifth. So we get an extra little addition of Soul Kitchen. So if you're in Denton this Wednesday, The 29th, we got a Soul Kitchen. That's always, you got to come out and experience it. You just got to. It's not a gig I'm playing, but one of my favorite bands is 311, and they're on tour right now. They're playing in Austin this week. Just double checking that I got that right. 311's I think they're at ACL Live. So I'm going to drive down. They're one of my favorite bands. And my sister got some discount tickets for me, so I'm going down to see 311 in Austin tomorrow. I doubt anybody's going to listen to this before that. That is also going to be there, but leave a comment below if you want to meet up at the 311 concert. So yeah, driving to Austin Tuesday for 311, driving back up to Dallas for Soul Kitchen, and then driving back down to Austin for Duo Nouvelle on Friday. And then I got a wedding gig on Saturday too, so got a pretty standard week. Other than that, just taking all the free time in between to mix these singles. Another thing I might like to do is try and get some open feedback, some public feedback on my mixing. If you feel like you can constructively help my mixing process, or say, hey, these instruments are too loud, or it's really harsh, or it's like boomy down here, or check your 2K or whatever, please. I can handle a lot of criticism, even up to the point where it's harsh criticism. I can handle that pretty decent too. So don't be afraid to, if your intentions are to help. I can see past the delivery. So any constructive criticisms to help improve my mixing, don't be afraid to let me know. So Tidal, they're on Spotify, they're on iTunes and Apple Music. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, it has the explicit on it. That's a picture of Joe Cripps. He's one of the first hand drum guys that I was gigging with in Denton and around DFW. If you're a Denton guy, if you're an old school Denton guy, or a musician or whatever, you probably know who Joe Cripps is. And unfortunately, he went missing a number of years ago. So the start of this song, I was like looking through pictures. Hang on one second. That was a bad one. So Joe went missing when he went to visit some family in Arkansas or play a gig in Arkansas or something. And I was making this track. I was looking for some lyrics to put at the, not lyrics, but like a quote to put at the beginning. And I was just listening through, and I liked this, not that. I liked this quote.
That's some cold shit, throwing my man Leroy out the window. Just picked my man up and threw him out the goddamn window.
Right. So, and I'm looking for pictures to put as the album cover for this, and I come across a Joe, and I'm like, oh man, threw my man Leroy out the window. That's some cold shit. Like, Joe just went to visit some family, play a gig or something. He was playing a gig and then went missing. I don't know what happened with, if it was somebody he was with or what, if he was, don't know. It's just some cold shit. So I'd kind of dedicate that track to Joe Cripps. So it was a afterthought, but I thought it was appropriate. So go listen to that and let me know what you think. I mean, it's really janky mixing right now, but I'm trying to, hopefully by the end of the year, I can go back, listen to the first one, and then actually hear the progress I make from week to week. So that's all for this week, pretty much. Nothing spectacular, just getting busier. So thank y'all for listening. If you would also like to get busy and try and improve your musical prowess, refine your tools, sharpen your skills, expand your horizons, please visit www.corsaromusic.com. You can find all the links to Patreons and lesson info. Let me just go there. www.corsaromusic.com. If you click this lessons tab, you can see what you can learn and how you can learn it. So if whether you want 20 minutes a month just to get some ideas on what to work on the rest of the month, or to check up on what you've been working on last month, that's the most economic. And that will also get you into the Discord, which is another thing. Slowly populating these. So if you sign up for the coaching tier, you get the whole Discord standard, right? But if you don't want the coaching tier, I have other tiers available that can get you into either just the articles and chats, or the voice calls, the conference calls, or the video clubs or whatever. I'm trying to keep this stuff nope, nothing in the gaming yet. Yeah, the Roland Jupiter 8. I got Matt Johnson demoing that. Right here, Matt Garska just switched over to DW drums. So, man, there's always stuff going on. So you join the Discord. Plenty of stuff to talk about and keep your interests piqued. But if Discord's not your thing, the website. So that's probably gonna do it for today's episode. Once again, if you enjoy listening to this, let other people know. Subscribe to my YouTube. All the subscriptions help so that I can do mobile live streams on YouTube. I don't even know that I'm gonna do that. It might be nice to have the option to do that, but I don't know. I don't know about YouTube. But that's what I'm using right now. So thank you all for listening. Come back next week with another episode. So thanks, guys. Take care.